Hello. How we doing? It's Juneteenth, y'all see my t-shirt? Fly in. Yeah, keep hope alive. Well, we ain't here to talk about what's that thing? Whatever happened with the federal holiday. If you know anything about me by now, you know I'm never the one to reassess current events. Nah, that's a distraction for the mindless, the ones that don't put their energy into anything else other than being carried away by who said what, where, and how. You can't move forward in your life worried about what the government is or is not doing. I put out a video not too long ago about 100 days in administration. Now that you're sitting there, you're waiting for what Biden is going to do. What are you doing? Anyway, what am I coming on here on today? What's today? Today's topic of discussion is going to be life skills. Life skills. Your skills, my skills. The ones that have to take priority. The ones that have to take preeminence in your life. Because if it don't, you end up living a very haphazard, any and everything goes type of situation. You gallivanting along. You know what I'm saying? Like, life has no rhythm, no rhyme or reason. Like, you see something, you see a little shiny object, your goals change. You hear a little tiny speech, your goals change, your perspective change. Dopamine is inserted into your system. You got a little serotonin when you take a tiny action step or whatever have you. This 18-wheeler is messing me up, man. Anyway, neither here nor there. Life skills that are necessary. Like I was talking about, I'm putting this in my book. I'm working with a coach soon to fine-tune this message so that it resonates properly. Because I figured it doesn't make any sense. Like, I completed the book, I finished writing it, and then I reached out to her, and we started going down some clarity issues, and she's like, okay, your base is too broad. Like, I'm not really having any experience in doing this thing, but I know I have this message, and this message was particularly about life skills. A lot of the lessons that I should have honed in on in my younger years. Not to say that I'm old now, Anyway, life skills. There are certain attributes in your life that are paramount. Like, it's undeniable, inevitable. You got to get that down. The first thing I talked about was organization. Your life you gotta have some kind of organization. You gotta have systems of how you strategize and plan your life, plan your day. That get up and go, it worked when you were in high school. And the funny part about it, with the onset of technology these days, kids are becoming more systemized. Some are, some are not. I'm just saying, like, it's easier for you to see today a kid that follows a schedule as opposed to back in the early 2000s or whatever, late 90s. You understand what I'm saying? With the onset of the power of the internet and information that is so readily available, you have systems in place that can help organize your time so that you can be efficient and effective. Efficient meaning you're optimizing the most you're getting. Effective meaning everything is prioritized properly. Nothing overlaps. When they say time is money, that's what they're referring to. Nothing overlaps. Like, you're moving and you're taking into account the things that can happen in life that are unexpected. You understand me? When you talk about time is money, everybody says it's so cliche. But when you start looking at this from a perspective of a super ultra, a high achiever, you know, that's doing anywhere between. I just found this kid training people on the stock market, and he charges $1,300 an hour. If you're paying somebody $1,300 an hour at a minimum of 4 hours of a lesson, do you think you'll be late? I don't care how much money you got. If you are charging, if someone is charging you $1,300 per the hour, which is 60 minutes, you're not going to be late. So organization is key as a life skill for you to hone in, so that when you start evolving in your life and you start taking on more responsibility, you don't become overwhelmed. The next thing is having the ability of self-awareness. I had this video on Juneteenth last year of talking about self-awareness is key. You know, you got to have self-awareness, because if you don't know yourself, then more than likely you'll be tossed and turned at the whim of any single stimuli. A stimuli comes in, boom, it's going to throw you off your game. A stimuli comes in that's unfamiliar, it's going to throw you off your game. So understand your awareness. And you know, my chapter was show me your truth. What things are true? What things are of value to you? What are your core values built around? Right? If you don't value anything, then nothing takes priority in your life. Like you just going, you just getting up and going. Like you got this. It's a lousy routine. It's a lousy routine. It's unproductive. So now when you start operating within the context of what you value, now then again you ask, how do I choose these values, the things that resonate with you the most? You know, how do you choose your values, the things that resonate with you the most? And the easiest way to find that is actually taking a trip down memory lane, going back into your childhood, and go back into those times where you were the most happiest. They could have been doing the dumbest thing ever. And I guarantee you, in today's economy, you can monetize any and everything if you have the right systems in place and if you have the right belief system, correct? So showing me your truth gives you an ability to go back there and bring that to the forefront. The next thing is distractions. It comes down, because when you have your truth, distractions now become something that no longer takes you off kilter. Like it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? You're not like a cat with that little red light. You're not quick to follow the next wave, quick to follow the next, you understand what I'm saying? The new developments in technology. If it's not serving you, then it's a distraction. Anything that does not serve you adequately becomes now a distraction. Correct? You move into the other thing, delayed gratification. Delayed gratification ties into everything, so that you understand the efficacy of working now and reaping a reward later. You work now. It's almost counterintuitive to your Instagram feed, to your social media feed, because now delayed gratification means you are intentional about not wanting to seek that quick fix of dopamine. It hurts sometimes. Your ego, you got to be able to channel your ego. You got to be able to channel your mind. You got to be able to quiet the noise. You got to be able to do all of these things to actually hone down yourself, basically almost in a cocoon, to not be distracted. So knowing your truth, knowing who you are, knowing your values, and having this information early, not waiting till you're in your 40s till you start coming to this realization. And there are kids that get it. But if you are in your mid-20s and you graduating out of college and you're trying to figure out what the world has next for you, and you got these systems in place, trust and believe you me, your purpose is going to find you. Let me say this again. Your purpose is going to find you. How? How's it going to find you? Because you got these systems in place. You're taking priority of things that matter. Gary Carroll says, make the one thing. So you're making the one thing the one thing. In the process, you're organizing your time. You're working towards what favors you and your own due diligence, your own core values, right? You're doing that. You're putting away distractions. So you already have in sight the things that make you happy. You're putting away distractions. You have a little self-awareness. The outside is not coming in to tell you, oh, you doing that now? Oh, you on that now? They don't make no money doing that. What you doing playing the violin? It could be a slew of things. I'm not trying to pinpoint one single event, but I'm just saying the one thing that generates joy for you. You will see artists and pioneers and world shifters. It's that one thing that everybody laughed at. Why don't you get a real job? When marketing started, you know, Jeff Bezos started and everybody started following suit into this marketing space. Why don't you get a real job? You know, why don't you become, you know what I'm saying? Like, why don't you become a lawyer and a doctor? Nobody was on the path to do that. Anyway, let's not lose track here. So, you know, you have your organization, you have your core values, which is your truth. You have your distractions. You have your delayed gratification, which is you start working towards a goal without seeing something where the emotions are long gone. And the last but not the least, you understand money. If somebody could have told you that when you go to work, when you exchange your time for money, what happens is you have a limited resource allocated to unlimited results. What does that mean? That's my saying. A limited resource allocated to unlimited results. What does that mean? You take your time and your intellectual property and everything that comprises of you as an individual and hand that over to someone. You're limitless within yourself. Hand that over to someone and they now limit the result that they give to you. When in other words, if you had internalized that, gained the systems, the organization, the delayed gratification, the values, and harness that into that money awareness, you now have the ability to now reap a reward or reap an outcome that is limitless. Your reward now becomes directly correlated to the amount of effort that you put out. But nah, somebody told you like, yo, you gotta go in and clock the clock. You gotta, you know, you go to school and put in 16 years for somebody to give you $60,000 a year. Out of 8,760 hours, which are in a year, comprising your sleep, you spend roughly about, you know, 3,000 for sleep in the year. After everything that's left, you know, your due diligence and whatever have you, your errands, you have roughly about 2,000 hours left. After everything that left, somebody takes, because when people calculate, yo, I make 6 figures, you calculate it by the hour of time that you work, when in essence, what you should be calculating is your life hours. Because you are alive for these 8,078-60 hours in a year, right? So you have the potential to receive a reward, an outcome for each and every one of those hours. Then say make money in your sleep, that's what it means. Make money while you're driving, that's what it means. So your actual value that you present to the world is 8,000 hours, 8,760 hours, correct? But somebody says that you're only valuable within 40 or 8 of those hours per day. Come on now. Anyway, life skills, man. Life skills. It's imperative, it's necessary. Without it, our life becomes a maze. A merry-go-round. You just continue and you start asking yourself, well, why is it not quite? Because your vision is blurry. I'm just now getting this lesson, y'all. So it's not like I'm sitting here on some guru, like I got it all figured out. But I think what's more important than anything else is the ability to document the process in the evolution of your growth, so that you don't become that thing that they call an overnight success. He just blew up, man. I didn't even know, like, you know, I don't even know. He probably did something. No, I'm going to work, son. Like, it's real. I'm going to work. Like, there's no success. You feel me? Like, there's no overnight, I just blew up. No. This is the reality of time and effort and decisions that were made in the past. However, in the process of making new decisions to move into a new space, here we are. I love y'all, man. started making these videos a little long because what I started noticing is that people be having lives for 2-3 hours. They get watched. You know what I'm saying? People post their lives. I understand this should have been live, but I don't know. The phone be blurry. I don't like it when I look at it. So I was like, I'll just record it. You know. I love y'all. I love y'all. Go into this weekend. Be safe out there. Drink responsibly. Have fun with loved ones. Meditate. Get your mind right. If you have any questions, feel free. Hit me up with dialogue. Just, you know, putting our ideas out there. So recap, real quick before I get off. You have Organization 1. You have Show Me Your Truth 2. You have Delayed Gratification. You have No More Distractions, and final, you have Money Awareness, life skills that are inevitably important for you to